Hello there. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. 'Tis I, still Zen. There's you. That's what I look like. Yeah. Yes. Perfect. So I was watching Thor, the new one, and what did I learn? That's what we should. I think that's a key point of this existence. What did you learn? Did you learn something? And the only reason to learn, I think, this is why you gotta accept there seems to be life, everlasting, infinite process of learning. You acquire knowledge, energy, things, and then you invest that and you manifest new futures. And I was watching Thor, the new Thor, and what I learned uh was that who's the chick in the anybody what's her name? Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman's not very good looking. Like I feel like I was under some great delusion in the past where I like maybe I just agreed with people, but I look at her, I'm like, she's not attractive. Not in the least. She looks frail and like hideous. I would say. I'm like, what was she in the Black Swan? Was she in that one too? Like I don't know. She looks like a small man. I don't know. It's like too sharp. Like yeah. So that's what I learned from watching, and it's still on in the background right now. I just don't want to have the sound on because I don't know if that'll screw anything up. But oh, and also I'm gonna have to watch it again. But it's the whole thing is so hokey. Is hokey a good word? Is that what it is? It's like this. You know how people like try to like ironic funny, but it's not really that funny. Like overacted, overplayed. I don't know. That's what I learned. What did you learn today? How's your life been? What's going on? Give me one second. What's going on in your world? I don't know who's here, but I would like to. I usually wait for about 5 minutes, so that way a couple of people are here, and also that then I can say more things that I'd like to say. Do the first 5 minutes. They censor heavily. This is what I've heard. I don't know. I don't know if to be true or not. So we'll talk about the stabby, wabby, jabby, flabby, babbly, canabbies. I don't know. Just say words. Get a talking code. It's so stupid. And just say like, I know English. I like to use these proper words, but if you use these words, someone's not going to be happy with it. But I don't know if people are. I don't know if you all really understand. These videos I've made for quite a long time now, and it appears as I'm usually kind of correct on what I'm talking about. Pretty close in most of it. And maybe people thought I was joking about a zombie apocalypse or what's going to occur, and from these people that have been wounded by being repeatedly stabbed, inoculated, or whatever you'd like to call, whatever word you want to call it. It's gonna have quite a deal. It's gonna be quite a deal. It's like a whole thing that you guys are not like. It's happening as you sit there, as you just right now. You can't see it because it's not sitting right next to you. But there is an elephant. There is a zebra. There's a hippopotamus. There are things in this world that you just be. There's a gorilla. There's a tampon. There's all sorts of stuff in this world that you just because it's not there, you don't quite notice it. But this like just because you have never seen a zombie, oh, but you have. Where do you live? What do you do? Where are you hanging out? You ever walk through the city? You ever seen homeless people, crackheads, junkies? And we're talking about something that's far more insidious. What's up, Skull? And if you don't think that, like, when they said this winter is going to be bad, like, for people, it's not the people that weren't, uh, it's the people that were. Let me tell you why I'm explaining this. Someone I know, for whatever reason, despite knowing me pretty well, they went ahead and because they know what I know. They, in fact, know the health impact of putting weird substances in your body. They know the health impact of fasting. They know the health impact of eating quality food and not being sick. I've known this person for quite a while, many, many, many years. And they were never really, they never got sick because, well, why would you be sick if you were doing health type things? You wouldn't be, right? So 20, almost 20 years, no sickness occurring. Then, out of nowhere, decided that the good idea, the good move, was to um, put something into their body, and then do it multiple times. For what reasons doesn't really matter, I guess. But they've been in the past 2 years. I mean, I guess you could do the math here if you want to just uh, comprehend what I might be alluding to. And they've been sick maybe 10 times. 20 years not sick. Recently, just, eh, I guess we're going to have this, we're going to have a cold, we're going to have this, we're going to have that. I'm just happens, right? Now, whether or not, um, people are just going to be sick and die because that's happening. See, that's what it's like. What I'm trying to get at is like you're not seeing it. People aren't just falling over, but they're becoming quite sick, and some, depending on what, I mean, how do you have that many different companies providing different types of things? I mean, nobody gets this. It'd be like buying Reeboks versus buying Nikes versus buying basics. They all fit different. They're yeah, maybe there's similar qualities with the shoe, but there can be different things, different ways, different materials, different fit. Yeah, but and that's just to go on your feet. But here's this here's this thing that we don't know about, but we kind of do. And we're just gonna stab you with this stuff that is have these things in it. We're not gonna tell you all the things, but put stuff in there. And we're gonna see how many people and what's the result. What do you think's gonna happen? So it's occurring. It's, is it it's not occurring to me, or perhaps it's not occurring to you, but I guarantee you, because it does take a little bit of time for the effects to take. I mean, think of it. You ever eat an edible? So these edibles are no good, and all of a sudden an hour kicks in. Well, let's just allow certain things to start to interact with your body. Might take a little while, a couple months. Re-ingest those things. People, you think that these movies that we've been watching, these these things are just out there like as programming as a joke or something. It's like we can look at The Simpsons and go, wow, those things came out to be true in reality. There's certain things that they're conditioning people for, whether they're doing it or whether they just know some larger cycles or whatever it might be. Haven't there been a lot of movies about zombies on TV shows? You don't think that's happening? People are crazy. You don't think people have been acting a little bit weird lately? Like mindless, brain dead. You don't think it's happening? It's gonna be a weird bumpy ride, huh? What's up, Skull? Skull, that's funny you say that because somebody had mentioned that a long time ago, and I didn't know what they're referring to. I didn't. They're like, if you put something on your phone, you can walk near someone, and that they have like a whole. Now my thing was like, okay, well, what do we pick? Is it picking up their phone, or is it, you'd have to. So I was just like, maybe but people are saying no, no, legit, there is. So they can be what? Uh, I mean, somebody could push a button over there and have it, that like MK, that kind of. There's a little like sleeper cell or whatever the hell. Manchurian candidate. Something starts going through someone's head. Well, I'm hearing voices. Where's it coming from? Yeah, it's interesting. What's up? What's up, Burkay? What are you doing? What's up, Turkman? Just in here shuffling some cards, and attempting not to meditate. You ever try that? Here, I have an idea for people because I think most of these spiritual guides out here, these people that are I want to be gurus or whatever, they'll tell you to go meditate. I'm going to tell you, try not to meditate. It's like Alan Watts said, it's a double bind. Like don't think about yeah, don't think about the ace of spades. Don't think about the elephant thing. Don't think about something. As soon as you say it. So how about that? Don't think about not meditating. Work with me. See if we can do this. In fact, you're meditating. I'm not meditating. Oh, there's the ace of spades. Got it. Oh, there's the king and the. Oh, I got them both. Nice. There it is. There they are. Got them. Okay, let's see if I got it. Is it that one? Oh, that was the other joker. Let's see which ones we got here. We get a joker, king, ace. I don't know. Just shuffling cards, man. See, that's yeah. Whenever you're a child and learning something, and you go into some sort of, you just huh, where was I just now? That feeling. It's an interesting place to be. Remember that which one, that Will Smith movie? When he was like in the zombie thing. Speaking of zombies, yeah. He was like the last dude left in the world, and then he found somebody else that was living. What was the name of it? Oh, there it is. Look at that again. Very interesting. You ever feel that way? What if that was a thing? Like you just last living soul or something? What's up, Divine? Had so many weird things happen yesterday. Weird. It's strange. I got in the streetcar. Yeah, I think I told the story already, but I'll tell it again. I got in the streetcar. I'm going to the quarter. Now, I crack a beer on the streetcar, which is they tell you not to eat or drink on the thing, but people do it all the time. And in fact, 2 years ago, if you didn't have a drink in hand on the streetcar, it was like people were like, look at you funny. It was pretty much what everyone did. And then it was like the whole thing that happened. And so they kind of, you can't drink on here, whatever. But I crack a beer. 10, like maybe 6 stops from where we're going to the end to the French Quarter, where you can drink anywhere. And so I go like 4 stops, and this dude, just like the bus driver, just somewhere in the middle of this, just decides to have a problem and turn around. I go, dude, you can't be drinking that on air. I was like, fine, I'll just get off. Okay, I was like, I'm getting off this next stop anyways. Like it's just ridiculous. I was like, I'm not spilling it. I'm not, I'm not causing a problem. I'm not even talking to me. Now I go home. I go home. 6 hours later. Wouldn't you know? I get onto the streetcar that the same dude is driving, and he goes, "Are we gonna have a problem?" I was like, "What are you talking about? We're gonna have a problem." I was like, "No, we're not gonna have a problem. I'm not even doing anything. Like, I just got on the streetcar to go home. I don't have a drink in my hand. I'm not. I'm just sitting down. What the fuck? Hey, what are you talking about? Zombies, yo." Then I get all the way to the end, and he's like, just sitting there. I feel the bad, weird, strange vibe off of this cat. I was like, what is the issue, dude? I was like, literally got on the streetcar down there, sat here, my headphones on, not say shit to anybody, not do anything. Why do you, like, you seem to have a problem? Because because I cracked open a beer? I could have easily said, I have diabetes, and this is a soda, and I need sugar. I mean, it's people are like that kind of thing, which is just, okay, whatever, dude. But that's happening like on a grand scale, where people are becoming more and more non-human, completely ridiculous. Oh, there, Junie, what are you doing? I'm sitting here watching this Thor, and I was telling you earlier, whatever her name is, she is really not attractive at all. She looks like a skeleton. She looks like Skeletor. There's nothing. What's her name is? The movie, like Thor, is so like campy and cheesy, and they're doing it on purpose. And they kind of try to steal the whole vibe from uh what was the name of that movie with Hugh Jackman, um The Fountain, where she's got cancer and she's gonna die and he's got to save her. And also Fountain is one of my favorite movies ever. But yeah, oh man, she is so. Ugh. This movie, I'm gonna go like I'm gonna try to watch it again because I didn't really. It's kind of on the background, but I think this Thor might be one of the worst movies ever made.
How you doing, Van?
Um, what's the longest I ever went without ejaculating? How did it make me feel? I don't know, a few months. Neither good nor bad. It's like completely irrelevance. Like when people try to go on that like no fap, you say fap, you're a dork. Anyways, like those people, like the no fap thing. Never made any sense. It's just silly to me. It's like they're like, yeah, I don't masturbate, don't ejaculate, because then you'll have more sexual energy for women. I'm like, that isn't the point. I was like, and well, funny, whenever I get laid, if I'm getting laid, I then every chick wants to. Yeah, I don't know. I feel better when I bust a nut, I guess. Something to do. It's enjoyable. What's a didn't Sun Toke, didn't Divine Dispenser just literally ask me that same question? I was answering months. Yeah, I don't know. Like some of it might have been like because resist to self control kind of thing. Other aspect, like depression can do that, make you not want to. No purpose. I'm lazy. I'm tired. Or could be a number of reasons. Never. It's not to me. It's not one way or another. It's not like you can have a longer, fuller, more enjoying. You can have a longer life. It's like, what was the old joke about? I knew a guy who lived to 100, and he didn't drink, he didn't smoke, and he didn't have sex. And what the fuck is the point? He didn't experience anything. He didn't have any fun. No, but the fun was just knowing that I was capable of not having an orgasm. What's wrong with people? No, I have an orgasm in my body through my head. It's an internal chi. It's a whole. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've done I've done all those practices. I know about them. It doesn't. It's they're goofy. Divine, did you watch the Thor? It was horrific, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sitting there watching it. I'm just like, ugh. It's just so like they overacted over everything. It's like very comic book. Like they went super cheesy. It's kind of like the first one was good, and then all of a sudden it took this turn to this. Mm, I mean, I guess if you watch it from the angle of going, okay, they're just putting sauce on top of sauce. It's going to be extra cheese. Suntoke. Yeah, the no, do not ejaculate because yeah, it's a yeah. There's a certain sense of it's another cult. The whole guilt oh how dare you? This is what we're doing. We're the cult of not jacking off. I'm better than you because I didn't. Oh my God, you must be weak. You ejaculated. I mean, okay. I just fucked your wife, and I'm gonna beat your ass. How about that? Does it make me weak? You know, so fucking. It's so silly. Yeah, why you should feel bad about it? Thank you. Unhealthy association. Thank you. Unhealthy association with masturbation. That's right, dude. Exactly, dude. It's I mean, obviously it's unhealthy to be addicted to always having to have an orgasm, jack off, masturbate, or fuck or whatever. Yeah, that's unhealthy to be obsessed with it. But what's the other side? It's becoming unnaturally obsessed with not doing it. You feel drained after ejaculation energy. Yeah, I mean there's that. Yeah, yeah. There can be that. Oh, hey, Divine, I did like I said, I was just watching it right now, so I haven't seen the whole thing. You're talking about in Thor? I listened to half an hour of it and just kind of it was on the back in the background. You watch any of the Kevin Samuels content? Isn't that black dude that supposedly died recently? He was like in all sorts of good health, and he was like the kind of dude just be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up, fat bitch." Is that dude? I mean, that was really his thing. He was an actual alpha type male, unlike that other retarded idiot guy out these days that everybody's like.
Fucking, he's the coolest alpha guy.
Like, is that who you're talking about? Yeah, he was on point. Yeah, I know who you're talking. Yeah, yeah, I like him. He's funny. Oh man, the whole Marvel Studios presentation of this is over. Oh yeah, getting back to the original topic. Um, yeah, I mean that dude, his first name should be Richard. Dictate. Oh, okay, yeah, you lost three friends in Suntalk. What, dude? See, yeah, I'm like, if y'all can't tell, I'm pretty fucking. This is me upset. This is me very, very disturbed and beside myself. I have a friend that is won't admit it, but sick again. It shouldn't really be happening. And then it's especially disturbing because they know that I know what I'm talking about and that I could help, and they won't allow me to. Like, oh, cool. Hmm. Yeah, but you lost three people. You lost three friends. And how do we how like how is this happening in reality in real time where everyone just sits there in complete denial of the fact that that's why it's happening. Every single fucking person I know that didn't get stabbed, oddly, if you get stabbed, you're probably not going to be feeling okay. Everyone that I know that didn't stab themselves, pretty healthy. I know homeless people that consume crack, heroin, PCP, drugs, and they're still out there. They eat out of a garbage can, and they're still out there living, not dying, no real health issues. They're good. And everybody I know, they're wanting, they've been, they've been, they've been on that sickness, man. You down with the sickness? What up, Melvin? What are you doing? You said you had a family member that just didn't go off the deep end, totally different person. Uh-huh. SARS, man. Remember that was a thing like 20 years ago, wasn't it? It's crazy, dog. Well, give me 1 second, yeah. Let me see what this is. Have you guys seen the imperfects? I just need something on in the background. Oh, just so I could look up at the TV and have something to watch. The hell is this? Clash of the Titans? I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that good? Moving art? Let's just put this on. It should be good. Uh, yeah, Suntuck, how you been, man? How you been, Melvin? They aren't the same level as you, but you still feel like they are gone to non-existence. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's. I have the luxury, and I say luxury. I always put it this way: the luxury of A, being adopted, and B, being pretty much a recluse. That I like to be to myself. I have hundreds and thousands of acquaintances and people that I would do things for, that I would consider friends, but not like intimate, because I need to keep a certain degree of uh distance and indifference because I can't emotionally handle that, because I see them doing the fucking crazy bullshit, right? when you lose too many people, you kind of that's how the whole thing works, right? In life, where you kind of it hurts too much to lose a puppy, to lose a loved one, blah blah blah. It's, you know, so I mean, my luxury is I don't have a lot of friends like that. But the people that I do know that are I'm friendly with, that I'm seeing them, I'm just like, you realize they're not psychologically the same. Physically, they're getting sick, and I'm just like, what aren't you noticing here? I haven't checked. Look at this is still this. I might actually, in fact, be healthier than I was 5 years ago. Crazy, right? And somehow you're not noticing that, like, my demeanor and my general attitude towards life and the things that I do haven't changed. And I'll sit here crush. I'm fucking here crushing beers. The other thing I haven't done recently has been crushing pussy. Although that I think might change soon. I got a couple dates lined up. What do you think about universal? What do I think about the UBI? Um, I agree with it. Oddly enough, what do you whenever somebody says something along the lines that might appear. Hold on, I'm looking at something here, yeah. What up, Junie? I'm just looking at your chat here. Remind me not to talk about these requirements. Yeah. Okay, I hear you. Um, if you talk about UBI or any type, then well, communism, socialism, like people don't understand. Even like this country, if you don't get it, you live in a corporatocracy for one, and most of what you're interacting with is a community, which is that's the root of community. Everything is communal. Most of the systems within even what you'd call a capitalist society are. I mean, I don't see how people don't get. It's already close to that. And so as far as yeah, why wouldn't people support that? It would do the opposite of make. They go, oh, it'd make people lazy. Well, I've discussed this so many times, but I'll go through the key points here. That you can't argue with what I'm saying here. Not you. I'm just saying in general, people. You can't argue with what I'm about to tell you, and it's very simple. All of the major dilemmas, these kind of crime things, once you give people enough to get by, then the things about them going off and doing all of these violent, ridiculous acts vanish. You're not gonna have to steal anything. All of a sudden, you get rid of the idea that someone doesn't have enough. Crime goes down without question, without question. And oddly enough, we're gonna need that to happen anyways, because the robots gonna take your job. Might as well. You know what? I'm gonna start calling robots Mexicans. Anybody get the joke there? They took our jobs. How the most Americans believe, except for that's the world over, and it's gonna be that way whether you like it or not. You think that somehow? I mean, but shouldn't it be that way? Does that? How many jobs, as we've discussed so frequently, how many jobs are out there that you want to do that are even? How many people in reality their job is redundant, if not ridiculous, worthless, pointless? Most people have pointless jobs. How many people do you know that have a job that is like, oh, they're a valuable asset and commodity to the whole thing that's going on here? Nobody. It's minimal. Well, what about teachers? Teachers, yeah. What are they teaching? Most of them, no. They're teaching the teacher. Yeah, You try to have the conversation. I try to have a conversation with somebody about like teachers are nothing more than uh participating in propagating propaganda, institutionalized mental mindset. It's a like what do you think's happening there? They're not teaching anything. They're they're insane asylums. It hasn't changed. If you go back into the 1900s, early 1800s, early 1900s. Like, what do you think those buildings and those like? They're putting all these kids and these. Nothing's changed. Oh, you say your brother's wife is giving out the chimpanzee poison? Um, a dude I know that lives around here. Um, I seen him the other day, and I didn't recognize him because he looks like he put on 10, 10 to 15 years in age since I last seen him. He'd look to have aged, looks completely different. And he was like, "Yeah, I got my ape injection or whatever." And he goes, "I was like, oh man, really? Interesting." He's like, "Yeah, it feels like my whole my right side of my body is on fire." I was like, "I don't think that's good." He's like, "Yeah, it's like 3 days since I got it." I'm like, "Is that what's supposed to happen? Is that normal response?" I love when people say it. That's the normal. No, I don't want to know. I don't when someone says what is normal, I don't care what fucking normal is. I want to know what healthy is. And as far as like a giant welt on the dude's arm, feeling like it's falling off and on fire, it doesn't seem to be healthy. Nor it's normal if I hit you in the head with a sledgehammer that you might have a little pain. But that's crazy though about your brother's wife doing that. Man, where are we at here? Hold on. Scroll down. All right, let me catch up to things here. That's crazy, son, dog. And you can't talk to those people. You can't reason with them. You're the idiot. Like, I mean, what can you say to those people that are doing that? Like, legitimately, I know without question they are poisoning people. I know that. I bank on it. That I know they're doing that. For them to have knowledge that that's what they're doing, the only defense mechanism they have in their head is you can't be right because I would never hurt someone. But I'm like, but that's literally what you're doing. They'll go through all of the mental gymnastics to come up with an equation that I'm an idiot. The only response can be if someone disagrees with what they're doing because they're not a bad person, and I know they're not a bad person, but they have to justify their position to doing to inflicting harm on people. They have to justify it because legitimately no one, you don't, I don't, no one wants to harm anyone. Like legitimately, everybody is a good, compassionate, loving person. We know this to be true. But if someone told them that's the truth, and if they don't do it, they're actually doing harm. So what's their only conclusion? I'm the idiot. I'm doing harm. They're righteous. That's why they're getting paid to be doing what they're doing. What are you doing in here?
I got booted out.
Oh, hey, hold on. You said when you get a larger mushroom device, what's going on here? I don't know if you know that you're on here, Kenny. You should cut your mic. It's echoing over here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was echoing on the side really bad. Hey, Santo, you going to Denver? I don't know. So one of my friends is going to Cali soon, or no, Nevada. I'm like, I don't. I mean, as far as I've seen, here's where I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go to Seattle. I wouldn't go to San Francisco. I wouldn't go to basically anywhere in Cali. It just everything is pointing to that's not going to be a good place to be. I wouldn't go to New York. I wouldn't go to. I wouldn't go to Chicago. I wouldn't go to New York. I wouldn't go to. I definitely wouldn't go anywhere in Cali. It all seems to be. Yeah, it's going to shit. So, I mean, as far as I can see, it seems like the only intelligent place to be when you pick a major river that runs through the United States, wherever you are, wherever your locale is, somewhere around there, because that's how things will, get places up and down the river. It's vital. So I'm happy where I am. Small enough of a city. People are already crazy. Yeah, Suntalk, the orchestrator picked up the largest target population. Yeah, I got you. The people that actually have brains are still going. The empty vessels being taken out rapidly. I mean, it goes back to the thing on the bright side. I'm not one for the New World Order or thinking that we need to depopulate, but a lot of people here are just worthless fucking eaters, consumers. They're not adding to the culture, not adding to the environment. I mean, am I? I don't. Maybe I'm not either. Maybe I'm worthless. Who knows? Yeah, I've heard about the word that word. I don't know if I can say it on here. Yeah, the walking zombies. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is if you the bacterial theory that whole like if you're if you're fit enough, you can. I mean, you eat shit every day, man. You can consume things that are not necessarily, and your body will process it. You're a chemistry laboratory, and if you have a decent amount of health, those things you just kind of shake off. You can smell the mask people wear. I seen someone again. Okay, here was the craziest thing. Okay, and I seen someone in a car with a mask on driving, and I'm like, just get it over with. Drive off a cliff. Just be done with it. And I seen a group of people. Follow me here. Has anybody here been to Bourbon Street? To think of the most like bizarre, filthy people running around, puking, shitting, vomiting, drugs, hookers. I mean, it is that. It's literally what you see if you've ever just look up what is Bourbon Street. Like that's what it is. And I seen these motherfuckers with masks on, with a hand grenade. It's a big drink that like a got a mask on to take it down, drink, have a cigarette, gonna go into a bar, have some sweaty hookers rub on them, take their mask off to drink a drink and smoke something. Just give up already. It doesn't make any sense. How can you even how can you even uh-huh. People don't need to work for things. Yeah, we really don't need to. There's I think that if needing to work for something, if you want something extra, like if you want a yacht, yeah, build one with some people. Great. Put it together. But like the general you know, just the shit that we need as humans, it's pretty much there. There's already enough houses. No one needs to be paid. Here, give it. Think about this, if you can. Check it out. Once a house is built, it's paid for, right? It's done. Think of a car. Let me try this. A car. If I buy a car, I pay tax on it. Whatever. Let's say 10% tax. I have that car. I sell it. That car was $10,000 when I bought it, and I sell it for 8,000. It's going to be taxed again, and that person's going to have it and sell it to someone else. And it's going to be taxed again, another 10%. You could sell a car, and it would literally be taxed to the point. Just do the math here. You could you could be selling a car, and it's worth it's been taxed more than it was originally worth. But why? For who? Just pay someone 10% for a car that's already been it was already bought. It was already produced, bought, sold again. If everyone just leaves this building, the building's still here. No one owes anything. Like there's nothing to be exchanged. It's already real estate. It's already a thing. I don't, it's like there's more than enough of everything for everyone. Yeah, there you go, Santok. Everything is provided. Yep. Santok, you said her kid almost erped from the thing. Divine Dispenser. Uh, what the fuck do you care? What kind of agent are you, ho? Daniel. Everybody knows it's Daniel. It's like I told you I'm adopted, but even that's up for debate. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there mentally. You're born, you don't really know. As far as I know, I was born in a laboratory. But got all of that stuff. Ooh, welcome to Earth. Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear you on that, son. So I know yeah, the genital mutilation. We just as a society just go sweep that under the bus, sweep that under the rug. We're just gonna go ahead and chop your child's dick off. In my mind, if I were to go somewhere and have some weird motherfucker that I don't know looking inside my wife's vagina to then take my child, cut it off from the mother's the thing that's happening there that would have naturally how should that occur, right? And they're gonna take the thing, wrap it up, put it under bright lights, put it over here, measure it, sign some bullshit, and then I'm gonna take it somewhere so some guy with him the other priestcraft because you realize the black robe and the white robe, the black priestcraft of the church and the white priestcraft of doctors. So I'm gonna take it from one priestcraft to another, so then they can chop my, or if they do it at the hospital, I don't know. Do they both do it? Who knows anymore? I would I would quickly if any of that was going on, I would quickly decapitate someone. You're not going to touch my child like that. Yet, as a society, we just that's what you do. because it keeps your wee clean. But you know how many people are not circumcised and they have a perfectly fine genital? It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane, literally, and we just fully accept that. Fully accept it. Cool. That's great. Go ahead and chop the little baby's dick up. You can't see, that's the thing is people stand by that and they try to rationalize and reason it out in a way, and you can't do that. Just go, oops, we were under a heavy spell. We were under a heavy spell of religion and scientism, and we were wrong. Cool. So stop doing it. Drink the pee from a. You think so? I don't know. I think that would be their escape to help. That would be one of the things they could do to maybe create an alien Hydra antibodies. Eh, two kids, and dude, that's crazy. So a woman has her children wearing these fucking diapers on their face. I watched a video the other day. Another one of these videos where it's like, oh, it doesn't it doesn't diminish the amount of oxygen you get in your face. I'm like, how are you telling me that if I do this, I'm getting the same amount of oxygen into my face? I literally am not. And you're just going, nope, the sky is fucking green. That's that. Like I'm literally looking at it and it's not. No, it is. It is. They've convinced themselves that they've even convinced themselves of such things. Have ever taken on multiple foes at once? What you talking about? Where I fought people? Why? I don't. I don't. I don't really have foes. No, I don't. What does that have to do with anything? I wouldn't. I don't see the. I don't really fight people. It's not really a thing. I talk shit with people, but I don't really. Not really much of a reason to fight, is there? I mean, although, sure. I mean, yeah, I fought plenty of people. It's not like I don't really have foes. Well, you just have stupid people, stupid ideas. More or less time, I like sparring with people. I spar with my friends all the time. What's up, Art? What are you doing? Mask are stupid. Humans are stupid. What animal wears a mask? Thank you. What's up, Ziggy? Uh-huh. Yeah, people. I mean, people like to be instructed. People don't want to. Thinking is way too difficult. Thinking is that's work, man. You gotta. What thinking does is it confronts you with maybe being wrong about your thoughts. That if I go through like to come to any conclusion that I have in life, what I have to accept is that up until I came to that conclusion, I was wrong every other time. That's difficult. Yeah, then you have to accept I was a child, I was stupid, I was foolish, and most people aren't willing to do that. You have to. That's the thing. Humble yourself. To humble yourself is just going. I was once blind, but now I can see. The that feeling of just going. Yeah. Well, I was wrong about that. Yeah, and then like doing as you're told is way easier because then you don't have to. Then there is no responsibility. There's just well, that's what they said to do. That's what they said. So why would they be wrong? Hey, I was just doing as I was told. Haven't we heard that before? Doesn't that ring of some sort of Nuremberg or something? I don't know. Oh, and also I won't get into it, but if you really believe in the the H word, and you've never done the due diligence on just seeing, does that story line up with what could be reality? I mean, because once you accept that most of history is a lie, there's not a there's not anything that you can just go, well, I can't even, no way, I can't think about that. It's like the whole shape of the realm that we live on. To For years, how many? I mean, everybody here should know this, right? How long did it take you? Um, do I believe Hitler was the good guy? I believe Hitler was probably Walt Disney. And as far as I can tell, perhaps if that was all real, if everything that we're looking at there was real, perhaps. But when I look at it, I have to take two steps back and go, that was Walt Disney. He was playing a character. It's all propaganda, telling a story. I don't know. I don't know what of that to be true. I wasn't there. I didn't live in that time period, but it does seem like that shit is a little goofy. Civil War wasn't what we were told. World wars were not as described. For what reasons? I mean, the depth of deprivation and depraved, the depraved people that like just seething for power and control and manipulation. Those people did doing anything. So when we accept that all the pharmaceuticals, what is their point? Make money as a business. When you realize that war is an economic phenomenon, when you accept that, and then you go, well, at what cost? Human life, virtues, human consciousness, psychology. They don't. There's no stopping to the war that they will wage upon you. If it gets them power, gets them whatever. Like it's. Well, so where does it stop? It doesn't. So everything you think you know is a very, very carefully calculated and contrived lie. Yep. Ah, yeah. Hey, Devon, you didn't know that? Look that up. That's some real shit right there. Hey, look, tell me it doesn't look exactly like him. All you got to do is remove that mustache. Ziggy Hitler was your uncle. Yeah, you do. You do look like yeah, you fucking you look like a Mexican Hitler. You gotta get them you gotta get that mustache going, man. You could rock it because who's gonna tell you no? Who's gonna tell you can't? Art, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's no cult here, man. I don't want you to, one person, a while ago, whenever I was like really pushing the this idea that your plasma, your ultrafiltrate, your PP was good. They were calling that cultish. I'm like, well, that can't be a cult because I'm not telling you to drink my piss. I'm not telling you to buy something. I'm telling you to love yourself and to look into what it is. It's called figure it out for yourself. Like if I was like, hey, buy my t-shirt and drink my piss, then I could see why somebody might say, don't do that. That's a that's he's starting a a bunch of concubines in a commune to a fucking giant ass cult. Yeah. Well, thank you, Art. Have I ever, hey, Divine Dispenser, have I ever thought about running for public office? Yeah, I've absolutely thought about it, and my conclusion is pretty simple. It'd be like, because I'm a proper anarchist, obviously. You know, well, here's the leader of the anarchist movement. I mean, understanding what anarchy is and its nature is far. Nature is anarchist. Go look at a tree. It'll grow its roots wherever the fuck it wants to, but perfectly. It'll tell you what it's doing. Slowly, just the vine, the moss, the you know, is an elephant an anarchist? Is a is an alligator an anarchist? No, they're of their nature. Anarchy is of nature of itself. So I wouldn't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to to be into politics, man. I don't have ticks. My only tick is maybe shuffling cards once in a while. That would be that. That's kind of a relieving, relaxing exercise, meditation. Drinking a beer, yeah. That's I don't know. I couldn't really. I'd be happy to advise these politicians. I'd be happy to do that. Suntalk, are you going back to that early stuff about the Bluetooth thing? June, either female Hitler. um, the Bluetooth thing? No, I remember reading about it, and then my thought was, well, maybe, maybe, it's about that. There's nothing off the table in reality anymore. Nothing. Uh, Everything that was a possibility that we like. Remember 20 years ago, we thought certain things were like, okay, that's crazy. Future's going to be weird, but then all of a sudden things started to like, oh, what the hell is this? And remember 3 years ago? Do you remember like 2000 and remember in 2018? Let's go 2018, 2019. Could you have imagined that somebody could just hit a button and make the world stop being what it was? It's what happened. Could you have imagined that would occur? Nothing's off the table. Could you have imagined how pernicious and vicious the lies would be, and that people would continue to believe it? They'll hit you from every. Did you see that coming? No. I, I remember it like yesterday. Getting on to living down the street, getting out. Like I know you don't understand this fully because you don't live here, but if you've been to New Orleans or if you live in a city that has streetcars or like public transit where you can drink, and I said I was to explain this earlier, but I remember just getting onto the streetcar, and it was a mess of people. Bridesmaids, people getting married, second lines. I mean, like a perfectly brilliant shit show. Everyone's got a drink in their hand, people rapping, music, and then you couldn't get on that fucking thing. Be quiet, put a mask on, sit in order. We will not have this. And everybody just goes, we are now sitting on just like that. The reality is switched. What the fuck happened in the city? What happened in this whole country? I remember. Does anybody live in major cities? Do you remember? Do you remember the? If you are you from New York? Ziggy might know this. Do you remember being? Did you go around New York City or Chicago or L.A. or whatever? I remember walking through the streets, Canal Street, which is a major. This is the thoroughfare. I remember walking down the middle of Canal Street. I could have dropped my trowel and taken a shit in the middle of the street, and nothing would have occurred. And as I'm talking about a street that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is a 24-hour town. There's bars open all the time. I could have shit in the middle of the street, dropped a coin, heard it, and nothing would have happened. Just like that. Somebody shut off reality. What are you the most passionate about, Divine Dispenser? I don't know, man. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I used to be very passionate about pussy. I mean, just in the sense, I like massage. I'm very passionate about like touching and healing people, helping people, teaching, drinking, having fun. I'm passionate about having fun. I'm really passionate about talking shit, just whatever it is. Just the whole the ambiance of life in general. I'm very passionate about playing with ducks, about playing with dogs. Um, I don't know, lots of things. I'm passionate about people experiencing like even emotions that they don't quite like. Like I've been pretty fucked up. Couple days depressed and anxious and weird, but I like to immerse myself in that. I think there's not enough people that are capable of just going. Let me just feel this way that I feel right now. I'm passionate about that. You're passionate about being depressed? Well, not really, but you know, the experiential life or something. I guess you could say that. Um, what up, Ziggy? You transplanted your pine tree? How big was it? Like from a potter? From a pot? Or it was like in the ground and you moved it? Where are we at here? The world is on life support. Yeah, for real. That's yeah, I felt that way about a lot of things. Look at this. Got him. I don't know. It's a life support. Oh, no, I thought I had all the fours here. It was the forces I was going to get at. Remember the forces? I did a video a long time ago on the forces. Yeah, life support, man. It does feel that way. There's too many people that I know that are like I was telling everybody last week that everybody around me, just out of nowhere, there was a full moon, there was a harvest moon, and there was everything was in retrograde and some other shit was going on, and everybody was calling me with all these fucking problems, and I was trying to keep it at bay, like, oh, everything's good for me, and then out of nowhere, I was informed that I'm a piece of shit and that I will probably not be living at this residency too much longer. I need to figure out where to go. Which I just there's nothing to do about it. I'll just see how to figure it out, But and then all of like I was like, where the fuck? How did this occur? What's going on here? Craziness out the blue, just out the fucking wazoo. And everybody's like, and all of a sudden this person's like calls me that they just their wife just left them with three children that all have autism. One's on life support, legit. Somebody I haven't talked to in a long time. I don't really know that well, but like they're like, dude, what the, can you help me with something like emotionally, blah blah blah. And then this other person calls me, they're fucking, their kids are all fucked up, and this dude's cheating. I mean, I just wild, dude. Like everything's a shit show these days. What are you gonna do? I was just like, how do you stay so calm? Like, I'm like, 'cause what am I gonna do? I've done too many jobs that were high stress jobs that you just have to go. I think it's just the acceptance of like this is life, man. You just living, and then you die, and then you live another life, and then you die, and just so it's a fucking thing. I just accept that. He was in LA and in Sunto. You said he was in Los Angeles when it started. Ghost Town. Yeah, you see, you've seen the apocalypse. I'll have to I'll have to upload the video of me walking around New Orleans. It was just insane to me. The village. Oh, see, I didn't experience the empty shelves thing. I mean, we just because it's here, there's lots of hurricanes and stuff. So we whatever the infrastructure and how shit works here, they're always kind of prepped. It's a port city, so we didn't deal with that too much. Are you into cats now, Ziggy? You have an army that cares for your garden, like an army of animals. Yeah, everybody's struggling, man. That's for real. Uh, yeah, that was my meditation. Yeah, recently, like it's both, man. It's both here. It's an interesting experience. You can't deny that. It's just, like yeah, it's strange. It's weird. It's wonderful. I mean, it's like going. It's like walking through hell and the apocalypse, and you see it, and you see a flower, and you stop and smell it. That's one of my favorite things too. Is during my journeys, if I see a flower, I'll smell it. I make a habit of it because I've heard those people that always say you got to stop and smell the flowers, and I've heard those people say this, and those are the people that literally do not stop and do not smell the flowers. I've walked with people that say those kind of words, say that specifically, and walk by a flower, and they won't stop and smell it. I don't tell anybody to stop and smell the flowers, but I will do it. And also, I will also fart in my hand and throw it in your face because that's funny. Fucking who wants to crush a beer with me? Who's drinking? What are you guys doing today? See, like it's fucking craziest days, man. I go through one. I haven't really been on a date or anything, and I was like depressed. And then the Saints were losing, and all of a sudden they came back and won this game. That was a really crazy day, and I met all these cool people. And then it went from zero to shit show, and this motherfucker's over there fighting, yelling at this chaos. Motherfuckers in the street dying, like crazy shit, just back and forth. And all of a sudden, chicks out of nowhere, like, "Hey, what's up? You want to go on a date?" Da, 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 da. I was like, "What?" I was like, "This dude just almost died, and she's trying to fuck me, and this person's puking all over this, and this guy, look at this amazing artwork. I mean, just everything's happening at once, man. It's a crazy place, ain't it? Are you on that wine? Fuck it. Fucking Ziggy's funny. You was a little bit tipsy off a couple beers. What kind of wine you drinking? That's so funny that you used to be a bartender. Did you were you crushing when you were a bartender? Were you drinking on the job, or did you stay pretty sober? Or were you doing the bartender shots? Where you do like a halvesies? Oh, also are we the Cabernet? Yeah, my favorite is what Cabernet Franc. Do you know Cabernet Franc? Do you know your wines like that? Because you say you used to you're a mixologist, right? But you did you ever were you ever like a sommelier? Did you know wines like that? Um, yeah, this Cabernet Franc. Anybody here, if you've never had a Cabernet Franc, I am no, I know my beers. I know I used to brew beers, and like I can mix a drink, but not really a wine enthusiast. I love wine, but if you can find a Cabernet Franc, it is the juiciest, most like whatever. It doesn't matter. Every time I've had one, it's delightful. It's like extra purple. Divine dispenser. What would I say to someone who's never been to New Orleans, who's looking to get a job and settle down? I don't, from that standpoint of like settling down and like getting a job here, I guess it depends on what industry you're in. If you came here and you're into service industry, oh, you're good. If you're into film, art, music, service industry, you're good. I don't really know outside of that. Like you'll always have something to do here. Somebody that's never been here, I don't know. It's weird living here because it makes everywhere else I've lived just pointless. Like I literally every time I've left here, palpably, tangibly, it it's not the same thing. They say it's like an energy, like a vibe, that thing. We go, oh, it's something in the air. Like quite literally. There's just until you've been here, you wouldn't understand. It's just what it is. When I first came here, coming over the bridge, which is like, I don't know, that bridge is like that one's 23 miles long over the Pontchartrain. The other one's over here, I think 10. But coming over the bridge and seeing the skyline, and I just smelled the air. I was like, me and my buddy were in a convertible, just blasting Tom Waits, big in Japan. He says you need to listen to a song. We're in the middle of the bridge. He's like, we're listening to Tom Waits right now. Top down, just fucking, and just smelled the air, and I was like, yep, this is home. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's like every other city is you could live, you could get a job and just live there. Like here, you either are here, either you're supposed to be here or you're not. It's a pretty cut and dry thing. Either you're native here, like once you get here, you just know, or you go, oh, that was fun. It's not for me. It's like a it's like going to a theme park and going on the big ride and go, well, shit. Oh, wine certified too? No shit. You like dry. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, weren't you supposed to come down recently? It's probably a better thing you didn't at the beginning of the month because I've just been like on some fucking depression shit. So well, it worked out though. I'm getting I'm almost back up to, and the weather sucked. The weather was when you yeah, the weather was just terrible for like 2 weeks straight. It was just rainy and shit every day. Yeah. Are there a lot of hot chicks here? I mean, sure. There's there's um there's lots of strip clubs. There's a lot of wannabe prostitutes. Well, here's the thing: is define hot. Like, what's your style of chick? Like, everyone here is. Look, you have to be somewhat good looking to be here. Put it that way. Across the board, the qual the the quality of looks. It's not going to be fake like Los Angeles. It's not going to be crimped up and crispy and clean like New York kind of hot. But you can't be ugly and be here. But also you have to realize like every chick here, they're gonna be in the service industry pretty much. So they gotta look good, but they're also gonna be fucking nutcases. They're gonna be drunks. They're gonna be high on fucking cocaine. They're gonna be potheads. They're gonna be so you have to deal with that. What'd you say? What'd you say, Ziggy? You're the you're the world's greatest coach. Yeah, I know. I can see why. Mr. Motherfucking Intensity over here. You know what you should do? Okay? You just go again when you get back down here. We'll start a coaches coaching coaches. Like I teach PhDs. I teach doctors how to be doctors. You know what I mean? I teach people that teach people how to be a doctor, how to be a teacher of doctors. What are winters like here? Um, let's see what month is it right now? It's September 13th, I think. Is that what it is? Yeah, September 13th. Um, there's no snow. There was snow one year. It's like 90 degrees out right now and still say so. I mean we'll get down to like you have to put pants on. Like I walk around like in the city with uh beach shorts on. Not everybody does that, but I think I'll do that until the probably you could probably get away with it through up till November or something. Yeah, it's mild, mild. I mean, that would be a good that kind of be a good business idea. Like coaches coaching other coaches. If you're the peak of your whatever talent your game, but you get to hang out with somebody else from like kind of like iconoclasts. You ever see the show Iconoclast? Do you know what that means? Where people just like at the peak of their craft meet people from other industries at the peak of their craft, and they learn and teach each other. Yeah, that's probably yeah. We could start an organization. It'd be a giant fucking circle jerk, dude. What's up, Bologna Persona Corona? Life is treating me like it's treating me. I guess as well as I'm treating myself. I'm in a little bit of a mental anguish, a little bit of distorted reality. Uh, I'm trying, and for me, it's like this is my group home. You guys, you're like my therapy. So you got I'm in therapy every day. It appears to you that I'm teaching and educating, but to me, this is just this is verbal fucking diarrhea. This is I look at it as a diary of sorts, as a journal. Divine, have I ever had a chick at my house, then just straight up told her to leave? And for what reason? What did you talk? Probably. I don't know. I mean, if somebody's like just stinky and rude, but usually they wouldn't come to my house if they weren't to begin with. I think maybe like two or three times where it just wasn't working out. Like it just I was like, yeah, this is not a thing. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, but usually, and that's so percentage wise, that's like we're talking fractions of a percent of the time because I would never participate with a chick or a dude for that matter in any regard if I don't like them to begin with. You wouldn't, no one be at my house. Uh, and Ziggy, what did you say here? You know how much that helps? What you talking about? Like, I see it's always the comments coming at different times, and I don't know what that was in response to. Well, Ziggy, you said, "Are you coming back to New Orleans, Mister Intensity?" Are you gonna come back with ready to go, doing all the wild shit? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We didn't get to do any of the wild shit. You was on your family grind or whatever. Understandable, but when you get here, we'll be doing some weird shit. We'll, we'll have to have people we'll have to have people sign NDAs like we're gonna film this and maybe put you we might make you famous. Oh, the project. Yeah, 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 yeah. You have to check with Uncle Hitler. Yeah, I'm telling you, you have to fucking rock the Hitler stash. Dude, and just even if you don't rock it, at least for a day, just or even for a minute, just shave it. Just a picture. If not, Ziggy, I already have a picture of you, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put it. I'm just gonna put it on my. I'm just gonna photo edit that. I'm gonna Photoshop the shit out of you with a Hitler mustache. I just think it'd be hilarious because like, who's gonna tell you that's a bad idea? Like if I like if so most people couldn't get away with it because like the fuck is wrong with you? But like if you had it, they'd be like, yeah, that's fine. That's the only reason I want to that I would get back into shape. Like I kind of want to get back up to about like 185. Just so I can kind of do slightly abrasive things. Like I get away with abrasive shit now because I just look like because I look like I look, right? But if I put some weight on, then I can kind of push the boundaries a little more. That's where my mind goes. That's why I always thought it was a cheat code when I was like athletic and fit and playing sports and doing things. It was like doing some bodybuilding, blah blah blah. I feel like that's a cheat code, and so I became a pathetic, lame, lanky loser that Yeah. Dude, yeah. Ziggy, for real. Like if it wasn't for the fact that I really like my beard, I would do that with you. But like, yeah, we gotta bring that shit back. We can't have it like, how they, here's what they did. They stole the swastika, right? The idea, the symbol for good luck, for all of this. It means so many prosperity, and it's part of so many cultures, and it's a beautiful thing. No, we can't. If you have a swastika, that's no bueno. If I do this, you know, that means the devil's horn. Except it doesn't. They've taken so many symbols from our reality, and that little mustache that Hitler was rocking. I think we need to bring that back. You should probably just go ahead and get a swastika on your chest, rock Hitler mustache. We gotta reclaim that. Had nothing to do with like, so you're like, you can't, like, I'm not, you could be like, I'm not even fucking German. I'm a goddamn, what are you anyways? Aren't you like German and Mexican or something? You definitely smell like a dirty Mexican. Which one are you? You from the DR? You Dominican Republic? Nah, green light on that. Yeah, Charles Manson. Yeah, yeah. Which is the ironic, right? Puerto Rican, Colombian, fucking Jew. You gonna call me a Jew now? I am not a Jew. Look at my ears are not attached. I have earlobes. Fuck. Puerto Rican, Colombian. Oh, that's right. Oh, isn't that like the most insulting thing to Colombians to call them Dominican? Isn't that like a don't say that? Isn't that like a thing? Kind of like how if someone's Japanese or Chinese, you can't do that. That's bad. That's not good. Don't say that. Is that do you guys have beef? Is there beef between the DR and Puerto Rico, Colombia? Colombia. I can see, and he could get away. He can get away. He can get away with calling me a fucking. He called me a fucking Jew. You're not you. How dare you? Swastika is a yeah, divine. Yeah, yeah. I think Hindu. I think Hindu was probably well. It goes back a little farther than that, but Hindu, Buddhist. It's a sun symbol and good luck. What's up, Al Bittencourt? What are you doing? Yeah, the skin color. It's a little. Yeah, they're a little yellow. Like it's the difference between yellow and somewhat melanated. Oh, they look no, they look different. See, I wouldn't know because I don't. I've never. I've while I've hung out with plenty of people that are from the islands, from South America, Mexico, but I've always seen them separately. Yeah, so I never see them stand side by side. So it's not like oh, you're from that place and you're from that place. Yeah, you back? Yeah, I don't. It's Ziggy funny because you to me like Appa just if I were just to look at you and didn't hear you talk and didn't just looked at your like you do have a little bit of like you're Eastern European because you got a big head. I don't know if that's from all the steroids you were doing. I mean definitely mulatto, like black, white, Mexican slash German, Eastern, like Slavic something. There's some mix there. Yeah, Dominicans are mulattoes. Yeah, try racial. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, who was it? Somebody just did a video the other day, and they were explaining the breakdown of where the word mulatto, and it came from the word mule. because there was a mule is a hybrid or a crossbreed, excuse me, of a horse and a donkey. It became a mule. So the idea of the hybridization of that animal became mulatto, which was like a hybrid species. Puerto Ricans are white. Look, you look at my fucking face. Look at this fucking face. Puerto Ricans are white. Puerto, yeah, Uncle fucking Rico. Ah, zigzag, Ziggy. Fuck, you said big head. Stop looking at your stick, bro. Bro, that was so funny when you were like, when you were showing me some pictures of you. Like, hey, when you started doing my, and then you're just like, sorry, I just had my fucking your schmeats all in my on my grill. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm not going to the pool with you, dude. No way. I bet. Not with that fucking banana in your shorts, brah. Fucking stupid. Apparently, there's a bunch of people here. Who else is in here? Yeah, look me in my eyes when I talk to you. Speaking of, oh, hey, I haven't said this to anyone yet. An hour and 30 minutes A, I need to piss, and B, if you want to, because I am borderline about to throw myself off the roof. I'm about on the seventh floor. I can get to the eighth floor and throw myself off. But hopefully, I don't have to do that because I don't want to be without a residency. I don't want to. I'm not really trying to be homeless, but I do need to come up on some money. So if you want to, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, see it says right there, TSAR, capital XEN, that's me. And you can also, if you need me for one-on-one consultations and you feel like you get more out of it, just to talk to me, I will give you a discount to talk to me. Just all up in your ear hole. Even do this thing. And you can find my shit on my WordPress there too. If you want to read some old writing. And what else? Oh yeah, Theo Luminous. That's my Gmail. Let me go piss too. You guys, while I'm pissing, you can listen to some of my music, or you're gonna have to, or you just turn it off. I don't know. I'll be right back though. And you should also bring some wine, beer, liquor, whatever you guys are into. Get yourself a drink. What the fuck are you doing? You should be drinking with me. Get your shit together. Oh, here's my. What do you get? Oh, this should be fun. Try this. Well, there you go. There's some tunes. Well. What's going on? Is it what's happening? What day is it? Where are we? What's going on in the world? It's Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. What should be occurring in reality? Should I go play with the ducks? Should I go outside? Should I do something weird today? Should I barbecue? Should I waste money I don't have on maybe I should just go the other direction. Here's what I've learned in life. Let me give you a little advice here. Act like if you act like everything will be okay. You know, spend money as if you're an ace. You know what I mean? Just fucking doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Just go ahead. Just go and do whatever you got to do. The world will provide for you. The universe, God, all that, whatever you think it is, it will just give you. It will provide for you as long as you don't doubt. Don't doubt. You must have faith like a mustard seed. And that thing, Bible shit. Hey, Divine Dispenser. That just showed up. You said the song. You like that? That's good. That just showed up right now. So whatever delay or lag is, that's how long it took. Um, unless you're just being funny. I could play. Yeah, that song I made on Frenchman Street. On Frenchman Street, man. I was sitting there observing some art and some people dancing, and just the whole horn section. I like it. I like it. The brass. The brass. Okay, what's up? What are we talking about here? Let's recalibrate, motivate. It reminds me of like not having anything to do specifically right now and being a little confused. Reminds me of this thing that my grandfather once told me. No, I'm kidding. My grandfather didn't tell me shit except for he didn't like me because I was adopted. And actually, he didn't say much of anything to me. He did not like me. Weird, honestly. He was a German Jew Nazi piece of shit. He was even an asshole. That's how you start a story, though. Something my grandfather told me, and it's that if you're poor, it's your fault. You gotta find a way to entertain yourself. Is that it? Am I back? Is this back? Is this back online? Man, what is it with the streamer thing, man? It's really kind of it always happens. It usually happens like an hour in, but fucks up the audio. But now it's an hour 45. It's fucking up my video now. Why? Like that's it. Hmm. Maybe what I should do. Oh, I was talking about doing this before too, because I think this might work out. Multiple reasons why this would work out. I should probably just cut shows like an hour, that way you can in the future people really don't want to fumble through 3 hours of me talking. But if I make 3 hour shows, they can find shit easy. And also these problems with the audio and the video. So here's what I'll tell you guys. You guys know the rules. I'm gonna come right back on in like 10 minutes. Just grab another drink and start another show. And I'll have something to talk about because I will check it out. Come back through, hang out if you want to in like 15 minutes. Cash App, PayPal. You know that works. Stay well, stay weird, be yourself. 3 rules in life. Be yourself, because everybody else is everything. Share what you can. That's with me, that's best because obviously I like things. And for someone else, help them. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Yeah, audio is cutting, so I'm just gonna come right back to